Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk to you about the Baker Act and children, minors. So unfortunately, one of the sort of sad parts of handling all these Baker Act cases is the number of young children that we see getting Baker Acted. And I think that the one thing that parents don't realize when the state, because remember the Baker Act is state action, when the state takes your child away, your parental rights are effectively terminated. What does that mean? It means that you no longer have the ability or the right to make decisions for your child. And I know that there's supposed to be some, communication between the Baker Act facility and the parents. But as a general rule, that doesn't always happen. And the parents feel like, well, hold on a second, what's going on here? How did this happen? And sometimes the Baker Act gets initiated because a child puts something silly online or makes a comment to a fellow student in school. And the next thing you know, they're being made to take the perp walk, right? Handcuffed, hands behind their back, shoved in a police car and taken off to a facility. And then somebody at the school calls the parents after the fact and says, hold on a second, just letting you know, your child's been Baker Acted. Well, I didn't consent to that. Guess what? You have no right to consent to it or not consent to it. When the state steps in and grabs your child, that's it. You're done. You're out the game effectively. And so I tell all families this, but especially families where you've had a minor child Baker Acted. You want to step in and do something about this as quickly as possible, because the trauma that a child suffers from being stuck in one of these draconian, broken, horrible, gross, dirty facilities. I mean, honestly, it's just terrible. And here's the icing on the cake. A lot of the time, what happens is that DCF, the Department of Children and Family Services, is now banging on the parent's door. So you've got the state over here in the Baker Act, the mental health system, and now you've got the state over here, DCF, banging on your door saying, oh, are you bad parents? What's going on here? We need to conduct an investigation. And here's what I've seen more than once. The Baker Act facility says, you know what? We're not letting this child go until DCF concludes their investigation. Investigation into what? I mean, what are we talking about here? Right? I mean, really? We've got DCF banging on the parent's door and the facility saying, I'm sorry, you're not getting your child back until DCF does their thing. Well, that could take weeks. Yeah, it's fine. We're going to go petition the court for a court order to keep your child another couple of weeks. They posted something silly online, or they said something silly to another student. I saw you had one case where the kid had a silly T-shirt which made some kind of, it said, I'm gonna, something about shooting up schools, okay? And while it was offensive, guess what? Turned out there was somebody online selling these T-shirts, and the kids were wearing them as fashion statements. And I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, didn't we all do silly things as children? Say silly things, and I'm not minimizing it. I'm just saying, from wearing a T-shirt that may be offensive, or to making some kind of statement online, or saying something to another student, now the state has taken your child away, terminated your parental rights. DCS over here banging on your door. They want to conduct an investigation. We want to make sure you're good parents. What are you doing that this child is doing this? This is the reality of when a child gets Baker Acted in Florida's draconian and broken mental health system. And I tell every parent this. You got to get them out, and you got to get them out as quickly as possible. I mean, this applies to adults, but especially children, because the trauma is so dramatic sometimes. So anyway, that's my rant for the day. And I made this video because I just got off the phone with a mum who has a young teenage child that's been Baker Acted, and for 2 days she never heard a thing from the facility. She was leaving all kinds of messages, and they didn't call her back. And then when they finally did it, they said, "Oh, sorry, we can't let him go because DCF's investigating. Oh, and by the way, we filed to keep him." And the mother's like, "What do you mean? What's going on here?" So that's the reality. Welcome to Florida. In any event, I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Have you had an experience like this? Also, attached to the link, the description for the video, is a link to our brand new book all about the Marchman Act. It's 9 chapters long. It's got a bunch of video content, and we made it for you, and you can have it for free. So all you got to do is just click on the link, you give us your name, your email address, and we'll send it to you. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps with the Google algorithm. It helps us to get this content out in front of more people, which means we can help more families. If there's an issue going on in your family, you've got a loved one with substance use, mental health issues, adult, child, let me know. If I haven't made a video about it, I'll make you a video. Because if it's affecting your family, I'm sure it's affecting somebody else's. And this content is made for you so we can help more people. And if you like this content and you want more of it, please subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.